Good morning, family. Let me ask you a question. What would you do if your spouse cheated on you? Could you forgive and move on, or is infidelity a deal breaker? Leave your answers in the comment section. I want to hear what you have to say. While we are on the subject of forgiveness after betrayal, I want to read a letter from a broken-hearted wife who calls herself Mrs. Alice from Ohio. Before I read this letter, please click like, share, and subscribe to my channel to boost the algorithm. All of your support is greatly appreciated. Okay, family, here's the letter. Dear Miss Rose, I am a 52-year-old mother of 3 grown children. 6 months ago, I learned of an affair that my husband of 18 years was having with a 25-year-old woman. I was heartbroken, obviously, to learn of his affair, but decided to stay with my husband and try to work things out. Well, fast forward to 4 months ago into our healing journey. While we were going to counseling and fighting for our marriage, and things seemed to be okay, unbeknownst to me, my husband's ex-mistress decided to drop off their newborn baby at his job, claiming she couldn't take care of the baby anymore, and that it would now be his full responsibility to care for his son. I couldn't believe it. I was beside myself because my husband never mentioned once that this woman was pregnant. Never. Not in the counseling sessions, and not once ever when I would ask him if there were any other secrets. My husband claims he didn't know she was pregnant, but I'm skeptical of his answer. Needless to say, my husband tried to call the girl and tell her to take the baby, and that he would pay child support, but couldn't have the baby live in our home. But the woman refused to take the baby back and announced that she had moved to another country. A day later, my husband had a heart attack. He didn't die, but he is severely weakened and unable to care for himself. I have had to pick up all the slack at my age to care for a newborn, while I work a stressful full-time job. One day, on the way from dropping off the baby at daycare, I decided I had enough. Why should I be taking care of my husband's baby that he conceived with a woman he cheated on me with, who is 25 years old? Or any age for that matter. Why am I stressing myself out, losing sleep, losing weight, getting dark circles, angry and depressed all the time, and most of all feeling like a fool for taking care of my husband's baby he fathered with another woman? Obviously, he didn't care about how I felt, and how it would destroy our marriage and everything we had worked so hard to build together. This could have killed me. I remember the day I found out, I had to be checked into the emergency room, because I felt jaw and arm pain, which I was told by my doctor that it was symptoms of a heart attack or mild stroke. His affair already broke my heart, but to have a reminder of it living in my home that I have to take care of is taking it too far. So I told my husband that I want a divorce and will be moving. Since he is too weak to care for his baby, then I will contact the woman's parents and ask them to pick up the baby before I called CPS. The grandparents did pick up their grandson, but then criticized me by saying I was cruel to the baby by giving up on him this way. My own kids literally tried to beg me to stay with their dad and work things out and care for the baby, but my heart wouldn't allow it. My mental health couldn't bear it. I know the baby is innocent and didn't ask to be here, but am I wrong to file for divorce and leave my husband? Was I wrong to tell the ex-mistress's parents to pick up their grandchild, or I would call CPS? Please give me your advice. Hurting Alice from Dayton, Ohio. Alice, here is my advice. First, I just want to say, I am so proud of you for taking your power back. I'm proud of you, Alice, for saying no. First of all, you have every right, and you are not wrong, for not wanting to take care of a newborn baby. Although that baby is probably precious beyond belief, in fact any child is, but honestly, that is just asking too much to expect you to raise a child who isn't yours. Again, you are over 50 years old with kids. You have been there and done that, and at 50, it's me time. You have earned your stripes as a mother, and I'm sure you have the battle scars to prove it. Second of all, who cares what the grandparents had to say, your children, or even if your husband dared to complain, or anyone else for that matter? It's in my opinion that you would have been breaking your own heart by taking care of your husband's baby, because as you stated, it would have been a daily reminder of what your husband did to you. Thirdly, wait a minute. I just read a comment from our viewers that says, what about for better or worse? And you're giving this woman bad and ungodly advice. Well, my response to you is, shut up. Respectfully, of course. As a matter of fact, let me school you, lady. This uninformed lady who said I'm giving Alice ungodly advice, let me throw a scripture at you. Mrs. Alice, the lady that wrote in, has every right to get a divorce according to Matthew chapter 5, verse 32. In fact, divorce in the Bible is only considered under exceptional circumstances, such as sexual immorality. Having sex outside of marriage is immoral according to the Bible. Having sex with another woman who is not your wife is immoral, and a woman or a man is allowed to divorce in this case. So be quiet talking about, what about for better or for worse? This beautiful lady's husband broke the covenant when he had sex outside his marriage. Now getting back to you, Alice, you sound like a loving and forgiving woman. You tried to take him back. You tried counseling with your husband, then after you found out he wasn't forthcoming about his mistress having a baby, you even tried to care for the baby, until you woke up and realized this wasn't right. It wasn't healthy for you physically or mentally, and it wasn't right. Your husband should have been forthcoming. Family, here is my 5 a.m. thoughts for today. Just because we say sorry, ask for forgiveness. That doesn't mean we go back to the ones that hurt and betray us just because they said sorry and went to counseling. Should we forgive others who have wronged us, betrayed us? Yes. But forgiveness doesn't mean let's start over. Forgiveness doesn't mean let the past be the past and just move on. That's the danger of cheating. The person that was hurt might wake up one day after a week after the affair, months, even years, and decide to leave you. Sorry isn't enlightenment, it's not enough. A betrayal like that takes time to heal from. Do you know that there is a study that says that after a spouse or romantic partner has cheated, it takes at least 2 years to heal on average? Plus, what if Alice decided to continue this marriage, take care of the baby, only for her husband to cheat again? Plus, it says a lot about him. Also, what midlife crisis was he in to choose a woman 20+ years his junior? Alice, you did the right thing. I applaud you. You live your life beautiful. You make decisions that are healthy for you. And as for you cheaters, the karma is real. You see how Alice's husband had a heart attack after, and the state that he's in now? Then the mistress, whom I'm sure thought this man was going to leave his wife for her, and when she found out, husbands never leave their wives for the mistress, she called herself being heartbroken and took it out on the baby, and the man she is cheating with by dumping the baby on him. I'm sure the 25-year-old mistress wasn't attracted to a middle-aged disabled heart attack survivor either. This reminds me of the Bible verse in Galatians chapter 6, verses 7 and 8. Do not be deceived, God is not mocked, for whatever one sows, that will he also reap. For the one who sows to his own flesh will from the flesh reap corruption. Alice, you're going to be okay, sweetheart. Pray to God to continue to heal you and direct your path. Also, every day for the next 2 weeks, I want you to take a minute to look yourself in the mirror and embrace yourself and tell yourself, I'm beautiful, I'm enough. My husband's bad choices are not my fault but his, and I'm choosing me because I love me. With that being said, family, my final 5 a.m. thoughts of today are always choose you. Do what makes you happy. And as always, if any one of my family members need advice about a relationship, marriage, or something personal you're going through, write to me, reach out. Don't forget to follow me and like and subscribe to our channel, and until next time, protect your peace.